Conquering the Holiday Blues. 'Tis the season for the holiday blues. What is it about this traditionally joyful and restful time of the year that somehow produces the perfect storm of stress, expectations, isolation, and overextension that many times leaves us feeling sad, depleted, disconnected, and alone? This week, it's important for us to reflect on the many facets of the holiday blues. Explore in your own life. What's going on? How do I manage this time of the year? What do I feel? What do I need? It's important for us to come up with strategies to help us banish the holiday blues and take control of our lives and make it better for our own quality of life. The holiday blues. Again, it's that time of the year, and most of us do find, there's parts of it that we like being in the swing of, and we can get into the spirit. But many of us feel less than merry, happy, and less engaged, as the media also tends to present certain things that we're struggling with during this pandemic. Once more, all this merrymaking, and sometimes some of us are missing out, and we're going through seasonal depression due to the shortest days of the year. Many of us are being affected by the sunlight being decreased, and we're struggling with seasonal affective disorder, the lack of daylight. With so much going on all at once, the havoc of the season, some of the uncertainty with the times and the news and the pandemic, it's important for us to take a look at how to manage our moods, the uncertainty of the times, the holiday season, and also figure out how can I enjoy or make this time easier for me, as well as my loved ones. In our multicultural society, many of us do not feel a part of the traditions that are celebrated this time of the year, and we may feel isolated or apart from friends, coworkers, and neighbors. And even some of the people who do celebrate this holiday season tend to struggle with feelings of isolation, disappointment, or profound fear of missing out, or don't feel good or look forward to the holidays for a number of reasons: family dynamics, uncomfortable visits by people that they don't want to see, formalities, spending money that they don't have, and the list goes on. Many people, quite understandably, feel distressed and overburdened by the expectations due to the relentless media holiday hype that comes with this time of the year. Many times the consumerism and the over-commercialization leaves many of us in a place where we feel these unrealistic expectations to spend money, buy gifts, or try to show up to people's homes with bottles of wine or food, or spend money that we don't necessarily have. Those who struggle with alcohol and drug use can find social gatherings extremely stressful and challenging to navigate. Many people struggle with painful memories from their childhood and then have to face their families during this time. It's also a time of the year where many people who are grieving the loss of someone they love find their grief intensified. They miss those people around this time of the year. And it's all happening at the same time where we feel the loss of sunlight, that during these days of the shortest days of the year, it's hard, it's a lot to manage, and we don't always see all the pieces that come together in this time. No matter how you celebrate or otherwise spend your time during this upcoming holiday season, it's important for each and every one of us to remember that you can define and control how and when you spend your money and time, who you spend this time of the season with, and how much rest you need and how much rest you give yourself. You are in control. It is important to be kind, not only to others, but to yourself as well. This time of the season, many people do have expectations, but we can set limits on spending and manage our time and efforts wisely to be where we need to be, where we feel we want to be versus where we feel obligated to be. If you're hosting a party or a holiday meal, ask for help if you need it. If you're overbooked your time and you're feeling overwhelmed by social commitments, take control. Politely decline an invitation or two. And if you're feeling isolated and alone, please make an effort to connect with people whose company you enjoy, doing things that you love. Play board games, hang out, watch a movie, make a potluck, or just allow yourself to FaceTime people you love when you don't have the energy to go out and be with people. Creating positive change. Author and motivational speaker Wayne Dyer once said, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. If you are someone who struggles with this time of the year, maybe it's time for you to look at the holiday season in a new way and allow yourself to enjoy yourself and those you love in a way that suits who you are today, the way you want to be today. However you have spent the holidays in the past, that doesn't matter. It's more important that you can change things here and now. And it's important that you are living your life and you can set your own rules. That's the beauty of being adults. We can change rules and we can be who we need to be at this time. If you find yourself struggling with how to enjoy the holiday season, why not change the way you approach the season? Start a new tradition with people who share your perspectives, interests, and passions. No matter what the season brings, remember that you got to maintain self-care routines. I find this month, most of my patients fall off the wagon with exercise, food, or habits of getting enough rest. You need to take control of your feelings, thoughts, and habits. It is important during this time of the year to bring in more structure and routine and keep your healthy habits on track, as many of us do feel affected by the seasons changing. Take care of yourself and focus on what does bring me joy and happiness and what will make this time of the year less painful and more with ease, comfort, joy, happiness, gratitude, and self-love. It's important that you spend time with whoever you choose instead of the people that you feel formality and obligation to spend time with. Do what you want. Let's take a mindful moment right now and inhale and exhale and breathe. Focusing on this holiday season, explore in your mind right now, what are things that I can change about my holiday season to bring in more self-care, self-love, boundaries, and bring in some new traditions that might serve me and my highest and best. Let's take a deep inhale in and breathe out. Another deep inhale in and breathe out. Take this mindful moment right now and figure out in your mind, what are my holidays like? How do I conquer the holiday blues? And how do I make this time better for myself and others? If your mind wanders away, gently bring it back and think about this month, all you do, all you don't do, what to better, and how to enhance this time. And as I bring you back from this mindful moment, remember, take charge of your life. Let's conquer the holiday blues this year. Let's reframe and transform holiday blues into a time of connection, self-love, rest, and joy, as well as gratitude. Gratitude brings us joy. Stick to healthy routines, including exercise, sleep, and other self-care strategies, and ensure that you support you in the equation of your life in your daily life. And take care not to overindulge in alcohol or drugs in social settings where you find yourself struggling with depression or low mood or other consequences to your body. Alcohol and drugs are depressants. It's important to monitor how much we use, especially during this time of the year. Set boundaries around your expectations for the holiday season. And watch your expenditures. How much are you spending? Are you spending out of budget? Are you going to now have a Visa bill in January that you're really stressed out by? Is it worth it? Remember, it is the people in your life and the quality of the time you spend with them that matter the most. Managing expectations and staying within your comfort zone always lowers your stress and worry. Make plans to get out in nature, and if you can, do it in the midday when there's some sunlight. Remember, this time of the year is where daylight is at a premium, and many of us are being affected by the lack of exposure to sunlight. Get some if you can. Know your limits and stick to them. If you're feeling overwhelmed by demands on your time, realize that it's all right to decline an invitation. Better to take time and rest rather than show up exhausted and disengaged. Surround yourself with positive people. Take charge of the energy in your space and reach out and make plans with someone you enjoy spending time with, especially when you're feeling isolated or alone. You don't have to do it alone. Reach out. Many other people are also looking for someone to spend time with. Reach out to a friend or family member who may be struggling. It's our time to help others, and sometimes we can help each other. Or spend some time volunteering, if you can, with an organization in your community that supports vulnerable and disenfranchised engaged people. Create new traditions right now. Bringing people joy brings us joy. Helping people helps us. Learn to reach out and see if you can lend a helping hand. Create a new tradition. If the holiday traditions are not a part of your culture, or if traditions no longer feel genuine for you due to family politics or drama or abuse, find a new way to enjoy this time of the year. When everything has slowed down a little, make things different. Change. Do something that makes this time special and enjoyable for you, restful, full of self-love, or practices that bring you joy, gratitude, and enlightenment. It is important for us to realize that whatever rules you were brought up with, you don't have to continue them. In fact, many times, once you're an adult, you can reframe, reconceptualize, and create new rules for the life you want to live. Make new traditions that feel more aligned with who you are and the lifestyle you want to live. Be your ultimate best, be your highest and best, and give yourself permission to be your authentic self.